show you how you cut this out. So, first thing we're going to do is if we cut down that first line we made, that 4-inch line, so 4 inches down, we're going to cut that main body panel out. So if you're ready, go ahead and cut that out. Most of you should be ready to do that. All the way down the whole solid line. You should be only cutting solid lines. So you end up with this part right here. So our next thing on this main body panel, so if you have this main body panel cut out, notice we have this solid line at the end. When we measured 8 inches over, we don't need that end. So we're going to go ahead and cut that end off. So, you end up with that end. Next thing, you should have solid lines. You have that 3-inch dotted line in. These lines here are solid because you are only going to cut to that 3-inch line and stop. Cut into the 3-inch line. Stop, so that you end up like so. These little tabs stuck out. Okay? That's the main body panel. So we end up cutting only to that dotted line across. Alright, next thing. So I've got that bottom piece. These are my two fins. This is the air scoop. So what I want to do is that other solid line that we made in step 1, we're going to cut down it to get rid of the trash. So that all you're left with is your fin and your air scoop. You should double check that your air scoop, the dotted line, should not be touching the angled line. It should be a little bit over. Remember, you were supposed to measure 1/8 of an inch over. Okay? Next thing, you can go ahead and cut out your two fins. All you have to do is cut the diagonal line, and then down like that. That's what you're keeping. This is the part we're keeping. You'll have 2 of them, one on each corner. One on each corner that we're cutting out. Okay, so you cut out one. I'm going to cut out the other, and then I'll come around and check. Alright, so notice you need to keep the shape that has the flat sides. If you cut this triangle out, you don't need it. That other triangle that was with it, that's trash. You just toss that, okay? So that goes in your scrap pile. Alright, next thing, all we're left with is the air scoop in the middle. Okay, air scoop in the middle. Now, we drew these straight lines, but those were just to help us measure. The angled line is the line we're cutting. So, this angled line from here up to that angle there is where we're cutting. We're going to cut on that angle.
Not the dotted one?
No, do not cut the dotted one. So I'm getting that angle, and then cutting this angle. So I end up with that piece. 2 cuts and the air scoop's done. Do not cut the dotted lines. Make sure you cut them on the angled lines. So you end up with your air scoop. Looks like that. So you should have 4 pieces now. The main body panel with the back fins cut. You should have the fins. You should have the air scoop. So you end up with those 4 pieces. What I want you to do is take those 4 pieces. When we're done today, whenever you have to put everything up at the end of the day, I want you to take the binder clip when we're done. You don't have to do it right now, we still have some time. The binder clip when you're done. Make sure you've got your name somewhere on this. I would suggest writing your name on the side of the main body that has the dotted lines. Because what we're going to do is we're going to fold those dotted lines that way. You won't see those dotted lines. So this is the bottom of your skimmer. So that's what I would write your name at the bottom of your skimmer, which is the side that has the dotted lines. Now, you've got some time left. Now that you know exactly what we have, do not, since this is the side you've got your name on, this is the side you can make something, decorate it somehow, make yours stand out to where when you're racing it or when you're throwing it down the hall, you know which one's yours. You don't have to flip it over. You can put some decoration on both sides of the fins. Don't decorate your air scoop. Your air scoop's underneath it, so you're not going to see it anyway. So the only stuff you'd really decorate are your 2 fins, both sides, the top of your main body panel. Okay?